Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Monday. What I have for you today is a video about buying reptiles online in 2019. Now, I had made a video similar to this in 2018, and that video I had only bought from 4 different people. But today what I have for you is a list of 14 different people that I have personally bought from, and if they're on this list, that means I definitely recommend buying from them. I'm going to be giving you a little bit of information about each one, things like what I bought from them, how was my experience, and along with other things that they sell. Now, the title of this video is Buying Reptiles Online, but you should know that I buy only New Caledonian geckos, so that's what this video is going to be mostly geared towards. However, a lot of these people do sell other kinds of geckos, let alone reptiles. So if you're looking for something specific, I'm sure one of these places has it for you. And along with reptiles, I do have one fish place on this list also. But we're going to get into that in just a little bit. But anyway, let's jump right in with our first place, which is GECKOBOA Reptiles. Now, I haven't purchased from GECKOBOA Reptiles in a couple of years, but my experience with him was good when I did purchase from him. I bought 2 leopard geckos a couple of years ago. They were both very healthy, very active and very nice leopard geckos for the price. And, he has a lot of very specific morphs. If you're looking for something specific in leopard geckos, GECKOBOA Reptiles is definitely the place. I would definitely recommend buying from him. Next up, we have BHB Reptiles. Now, I know some of you might not agree with this, but my personal experience buying from BHB Reptiles was a good one. I bought 2 pet leopard geckos, though. I wasn't looking to breed them or anything like that. So maybe if you're looking to buy breeders, this would not be the place for you. But as far as experience goes, this was a good place for me. Didn't have any problems. The shipping was fast and everything worked out great. As far as selection goes, he has a ton of leopard geckos, and I noticed that he's starting to get more into other kinds of geckos and lizards. But on top of that, he also has a lot of snakes, and I believe he sells some supplies too. So I'll definitely check him out, but I'll definitely do more research depending on what you're looking to buy. The only fish place that is going to be on this list is TRIN'S Fish. Now, you might be wondering, why am I recommending a fish place in a reptile video? I figure some of you might have aquariums, and I thought I'd throw this one in there. I don't currently own a lot of fish anymore, but when I did, I like to have live plants, and depending on where you're buying from online, live plants can be very expensive, especially if you're like me and you end up killing a lot of them. So this is always a good place to go. TRIN'S Fish has a lot of live plants, crayfish, shrimp, which is another thing I really liked at the time. Along with just other freshwater fish, I definitely recommend her. She is a smaller seller of fish online, but I've always gotten lots of good deals from her and I've had no complaints. So I definitely recommend, if you're in the market for some fish, checking out TRIN'S Fish. Next up is another gecko place, but this place also sells a lot of other reptiles. This is TIKI'S Geckos. He has a wide variety of, geckos, any kind of New Caledonian gecko, but he's also starting to get into other kinds of lizards and, some snakes and stuff now too. My experiences from him were always good. I've bought from him 2 times, I believe. I bought a lily white along with some other geckos a couple years ago. Those geckos now are doing really well. They look healthy. They have nice big heads. One thing I'll note, though, is that he is a little bit more on the expensive side, personally, I feel. But, to each their own, and it was always a good place to buy from, so I definitely recommend him even so. Probably one of the most expected places to be on this list is PANGEA Reptiles. I've bought countless geckos from them. I've never had a problem, and along with the supplies too, they have a great variety of stuff along with food for your crested gecko, which is probably one of the most popular crested gecko foods. They also have a variety of New Caledonian geckos for sale, but that's all that they sell at the moment is New Caledonian geckos. They don't have any kind of snakes or anything at the moment. The thing I like about PANGEA Reptiles is they have cheap shipping on food and supplies. It's usually only $7. And shipping on geckos is only $40, which is usually on the cheaper end, depending on where you're buying from and where you live. But their geckos tend to be a little bit more pricey than some places, but that's just a personal opinion of mine. That being said, however, if you're looking for your first crested gecko and your first supplies, I would definitely recommend checking out PANGEA Reptiles. Now, this place, I'm not exactly sure if she's going to be selling any more geckos because I don't think she's had any for sale this entire year. But I have had plenty of good experiences buying from JB's CRESTES, and she always has a nice selection of geckos available when she does list some. I'm not sure why there hasn't been any up for sale this year, but when I have bought from her, the geckos turned out beautifully, and I think she by far has some of the best prices around. And she only sells crested geckos, and a lot of them are going to be babies, so that's a nice thing too if you like growing up your own babies like I do. But I would definitely recommend checking her out. Hopefully she lists some new babies up for sale in 2020 when it warms up, because I always enjoy buying from her, and I think if you're in the market for a nice crested gecko, this is one of the best places to check out. And along with having good crested geckos, she also has a very useful website. I'll have a link down below to that in the description. I like it when you can buy from a place and they also have a lot of good information for you to check out after you've bought your gecko from them. Speaking of good places to buy from with good websites, Supreme Gecko has a very, very, very useful website. Probably my favorite website out of any of these places. If you're looking for something specific about crested geckos or any species of geckos you can possibly think of, I think the Supreme Gecko website is the place to check out. I found myself going there quite a lot, and I think there's a lot of useful articles on this website. He also sells other kinds of geckos other than just crested geckos too. But if you're looking for geckos or you're just looking for useful information, the Supreme Gecko website is definitely a good place to check out. I'll have a link down below in the description to this website too. These are two of my favorite websites to go to, JB's CRESTES and the Supreme Gecko website. It just really depends what you're looking for. The next place on our list is a place that I've bought from in real life. I haven't purchased from them online, but I know that they do online sales, which is Mama T's CRESTES. When I bought from them at the Sewerfest show in 2019, it was in August, I believe August 4th. I got a good gecko from them and it was a great price. I know that they do online sales too, so if you're looking for a good gecko, this is a good place to go. I don't believe that they sell anything other than crested geckos, but I'm unsure about that. However, the gecko I got is really nice, so I definitely have to recommend them in this video. Next up, we have POSEY's CRESTEDS. I hope I said that right. This is a good place to buy from. I got two really nice geckos from her just a couple weeks ago, actually. I was really happy with my order, and I know depending on when you're watching this video that she has two really nice red females up for sale right now too. I definitely recommend buying from her. She was really helpful, and the whole order was just really smooth and really great. Speaking of new places that I've bought from, Crested Creatures is also a place I just got a gecko from a couple weeks ago. Probably one of the most beautiful red geckos I've ever seen in my life. And I was really happy with this order too. I think the prices are great. She also has some really nice geckos up for sale at the moment. The whole order went really smooth and everything was just great about this order. I believe she only sells crested geckos, as the name would suggest. Same thing with Posey's CRESTEDS. Obviously, they're focusing on crested geckos as it says in their name. And another one of the places that focuses on mainly crested geckos is Texas Geckos. All three of these places are crested gecko places. If you're looking for a specific kind of crested gecko, these are definitely places I would check out. I bought a really nice red female from Texas Geckos. Couldn't be more happy with it. Actually looked really nice in real life, even better than in the photos, so that's always a good sign. And shipping with all these places was really fast and really easy. But we're going to move on to our last two places here. Something I also forgot to mention in the beginning of this video, if I'm talking about a specific place in this video, if you search their name up on YouTube, chances are you'll find my specific video I made about them. If you're looking for more information about a certain person, if you just search up their name on YouTube, one of my unboxing videos will probably come up and you can watch a whole video about them. Or you can just go to my channel and look in the unboxing playlist. I have all the unboxings I've did from all of these places, with the exception of Altitude Exotics. You can definitely check all these places out on my channel. So as I just mentioned, Altitude Exotics is one of the places I have not made an unboxing video from, just because this is kind of a secret right now and this is the first time I've been mentioning it. I'm really excited to share this new information with you coming up here in the next couple months, hopefully. But Altitude Exotics has a wide variety of crested geckos for sale pretty much all times of the year. You can look for crested geckos. And I always really like when a place has a bunch of crested geckos for sale all at once in case you're looking for different things. You can pick up multiple geckos from the same place under one shipping charge all at one time. He has a wide variety, pretty much any color pattern of crested gecko that you're looking for. You can find it at Altitude Exotics pretty much any time of the year. So this is one of the places I was looking forward to most from buying from in 2019. And I'm happy I finally got my order from him a couple weeks ago. The gecko looked great. He has a lot of nice geckos up for sale as we speak, but we're going to move on to our last person on the list, which is Night Gallery Geckos. Now, Night Gallery Geckos focuses mostly on New Caledonian geckos. She has a lot of great geckos available most of the year, and I actually bought my Leachianus from her. I thought I got a great deal on it, so I was really happy about that. and the Leachianus is doing very well and very healthy to this day. But anyway, that just about wraps up our video here. Like I said, if they're in this video, I definitely recommend them. I'm trying to keep this video very brief so that it doesn't get to be over 15 or 20 minutes long, because I could spend a lot more time talking about these people. Like I said, if you go to my channel and you check out my playlist called Unboxings, you can check out a specific person. I've made a whole video on all these people I've talked about, with the exception of Altitude Exotics, that is. If you're looking to buy from a specific place and they weren't in this video, my number one thing I can recommend to you is to do your research. I've only had one bad experience in my time buying crested geckos online, and that was 2 years ago, I believe now. So these last 2 years have been great buying geckos online. I have not had a single issue. So if you're looking to buy from a certain place, just do your research. And like I said, this video is just all my personal opinions and my personal experiences with these people. But there's a lot of great people to buy crested geckos from out there online. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you, and I hope to see you in my next video.